I have 35 quick tips for controller players supporting both console and PC. Let's get into it. This first tip will help you with almost every other tip in this video. Number 1, overclocking your controller. Speaking of delay, this is the response time for every controller. If you guys want to reach your max potential on controller, you should try learning claw. It allows you to have access to more buttons and you will improve way faster by using it. You watch and probably play a lot, so you need to make sure you're stretching your fingers to prevent injuries in the future. Also, try not to tense while holding your controller. Play relaxed for better aim. Aim is your strong point, but you still need to aim train to be consistent as possible. Hit other maps and some of the drills you should be working on if you want to improve your aim. Optimal binds are crucial for controller. Here are some of the most used edit and build binds from the pros. Going back to aim, try using these ADS boosts and let me know in the comments if they help with your tracking. Tracking your opponents in fights is a thing a lot of players don't do, so make sure you're actively practicing it in solo ranked. Mechanics is our biggest disadvantage on controller. This is why you need to make sure you're working on your crosser placement, practice editing your builds as quick as possible while making the sharpest movements. Smooth and consistent is better than fast and flicky. Edit time is also super important, so go on this map and start off slow with your edits until you get good rhythm and then speed it up over time. Resetting on controller is something we don't practice enough. We can't just stroke our mouses like a keyboard player, so make sure you're practicing. Put yourself in awkward positions where you can't see your builds. These are the hardest to reset on controller. This will be crucial to make sure you're not dying in situations you shouldn't be. In addition to this, add blueprint editing into your routine. This can be the difference in your game between getting a refresh and dying. Don't use edit on release, it can make you have bad peaks and you're way faster without it, trust me. We have our fair share of disadvantages, but one advantage we have is our 360 movement. We can move in any direction we want, making it harder to get hit and making it easy for us to get out of bad situations. But it can also help us get into boxes easier. If you want to practice phasing into boxes, play this map on screen. The first phase trick is where you're going to run up to a wall and pick it or shoot it as you're about to hit the wall. This will send you right in the box, and most of the time your opponent won't expect it. For the second phasing trick, you're going to edit a door next to the wall, and as you run into it, pickaxe through and you will slide right in. You can also use the first phase trick on the floor of an opponent, swinging on the floor as you drop down, and it will work in the exact same way. And for the last one, you're going to have a staircase on top of your opponent, and you're going to wedge yourself in between the staircase and the floor, and if you pickaxe through, you should go right in. If you really want to be the best you can on controller, you need to play to your advantages, and not care if jumping in on someone is cringe. On the topic of being what's best, let's talk about linear or expo. For most people, linear will be the best option, being better for your crosshair placement and your mechanics. On the other hand, expo has its advantages like aim, especially AI tracking. People like Reed have shown that you can be great on expo, but linear will be the better setting overall. But if you guys really like expo aim, try using the ADS boost, which I mentioned before. If you guys are really struggling with your settings, here are some settings you can try. Don't try to be a keyboard player, you're not one. Watch pros like Reed and Merit implementing what they do into your gameplay. This will help you a lot and improve your playstyle massively. Defensive fighting as a controller player, pre-fires will be key to your playstyle. Box fighting can be harder on controller, so you need to take advantage of this. 50-50 on controller is not always a 50-50. If they don't expect it, don't be scared to do it when you have a good chance. Your controller, you have better aim, you're most likely going to win it. With your loadout, it should look something like this, with preferably having your shotgun first, your SMG second, and then your heals. And for our last controller tip of the video, is to have a warm-up routine. If you guys would like my warm-up routine, I will drop a video on it, and I will see you in the next one.